Hey, what's going on, Taka fam? I know it's been a little while. Been having to deal with some things on the outside world, but it's all good. But here's the deck profile as I promised. So this is with the new format. My first thoughts, not much has changed. Cash is still the best deck. So if you didn't build your deck that way, with that in mind, I would suggest doing so. The deck lost a few consistency cards and multiple Rise Heart, but if they go uninterrupted, they still kind of just destroy you. So, all right, let's move on to monsters. So I'm gonna break it down on certain parts, but not much has changed. 3 Looper, 3 Albaz. Still playing 2 Quinn. I really like 2 Quinn. I think it's kind of important personally because I don't play Adlib. Y'all know how I feel about that card by this point. I love the card, but it's a brick, and I'd rather just not brick. Give myself the highest chance of winning. And she sets up a lot of plays, even just by herself. Cartesia, not too much to explain about her. She's a play enabler as well. And then the rest of them, Albion, Kit, and the Mercurier, because you don't really need anything else. There's been some ideas that I've had about probably playing Incredible Ecclesia, because that card still seems kind of good for maybe more of a going second version. Not sure if we're going to be seeing a lot of Drolls or not, but there could be some arguments for some of those type cards. And then last monster, Saronir. I'm not sure how I feel about Saronir right now. It's a new format, not much has changed, but I'll definitely check that out soon. 3 Fusion, nothing's changed. 3 Openings, still the same. 3 Servant, because I still like this package. And then the 3 Fusion Deployments. So these are pretty much just every monster in your deck, as y'all know. And then the rest of the branded cards, we have the Loss, 1 red. Kind of want to play 2 again, like I was in prior builds, but still testing stuff out. We have the white and the High Spirits. I cut High Spirits down to 1 because the format changed a little bit, and I'm not playing as many Bestials as I was prior. And the last engine card, Retribution, Rest in Peace Expulsion. And then for the non-engine cards, we definitely got the 3 Dark Ruler. So I think this is kind of good now, because we kind of need it and we don't really have to deal with a canceller like post sides and stuff like that, even some main deck. And you may be running into more Sprite decks and things of that nature, so kind of want to be prepared for those. 3 Econs, as you see. So this card's actually really good. As I've stated before, this helps you to play through Baguska. This helps you play when your opponent, Baguskas. But I don't think it's that likely because we're not playing like hand traps actually in this version. So typically most people end on Baguska if you hand trap them and stuff like that. So kind of keep that in mind. But it's not bad. It's good going first and it's good going second. Because going second, it can crack boards, it can take monsters, it can help dodge hand traps or interruptions by getting rid of your monsters. So all around good card. And then the last card in the deck, the 3 books. This card's still insane. I think this belongs in our deck, period, at least right now. It's really good against cash. It can skip a lot of turns, to be honest, unless you're playing branded, pretty much. All right, now for the extra deck. Not much has changed. I'm still in the 2 Jade, 2 Albion, and I'm still playing the 1 Rebellion. I don't think you need any more, to be honest. Sanctifier and Alba. This is my personal pick. A lot of people don't really play it, but this is what I like. And it's actually good because just dragon monsters, being able to be used with that is really good. And then the other two that I like to talk about. So the Rimbrum's good, obviously for cash, and so is the Titan. That's why I grouped them together. So sometimes this can sort of break the cash board, but most times this just by itself just clears the Rise Heart, especially if you get Shifter 2 on top of that, so you need something to do, and she gives you access to, Quinn. And then last, Albaz Fusion, Sprin, because I play Kit, High Spirits. Even if I didn't, I would still play this because Albaz turns into an interruption pretty much against anybody. This allows you to be able to fuse into pretty much anything whenever you use Quim's effect. I'm still on the 2 Granguignol because I think you need those. And it's a play enabler, and it's actually really good. As y'all notice, there is no puppet in the main deck. But in my side deck, I'm thinking that's where it kind of belongs right now because you can easily access it, but you got to go through a lot of loops with it sometimes. Then the last 2 fusions that I'm playing are Chimera and Quiritus. Quiritus just for the Granguignol, and Chimera's just there as a utility card. And the last card that I'm playing is Malong. So, as I've stated before, you want to be able to stop Baguska if you can. And you could even stop Floods with this card. Just sending it off Servant is really good. Or you can send it off Granguignol just to get a bounce. It's really good too. And it actually comes up a lot, to be honest. And you could use this in the grave as fusion material for Jade. So we have 1. That's 4. I guess you can consider that as well. That's 7. And that's a total of 10. 10 ways that we kind of deal with Baguska, at least in main deck. Beforehand, we didn't really have that many options because we had this and that was fine. But Dark Ruler was kind of buns last format, in my opinion, because you had to play the toss-up game of, Pearly just ends on 1 or Spell Canceller, and you didn't know which Samurai players were playing it in the main deck or not, which I don't think anybody really was, but this is just like, okay. And like I said, the econ, need those, just switching to battle positions is really good. So that's it, guys. I know it was kind of a quickish video. I was trying to make sure I explained things a little bit better, but it's like a dead horse on that one. I've explained it quite a few times, but I hope you guys enjoy that kind of deck profile. I have some theories and ideas of things that I wanted to talk about. So I'll make this the last little part of the video before I sign off. There's theory on this package that I wanted to play, and I'm not sure how you guys would feel about it. I know it seems like a win more, but it just seems cool. So it's the Striker package. So this is what I was waiting on to come in and things like that. My theory behind this is I think it's really good overall because of what it can do, because this is like, Meltdown. Like being in more than one makes this really good. Just making sure your Branded Fusion just can't get Ash. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say about it. And I'm gonna leave that to y'all's imagination. If you have any questions, want to talk about it, you can hit me up in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.